Welcome back to another video with Mr. Lamb.
And Mrs. Lamb.
And today we're going to be talking about multiplying a fraction by a whole number. Now the next series of videos are going to be about multiplying fractions.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Let me go, our learning target, I can multiply a fraction by a whole number.
So this is going to be fractions times whole numbers.
And again, we have to remember that we have to show evidence of our thinking on paper. It's just the way it is when it comes to fractions. You just have to do a lot of work to show evidence.
Sorry, I didn't mean to step on you there.
That's okay.
So that means right now you should have sitting next to you on your desk a piece of paper or something to write with, because this is going to require you to write stuff down.
All right, do you want to do the first one?
Well, I think we'll show them this example here. It says, okay, so we're going to show you how to multiply a fraction with a whole number. So here's our example. We have 2/7, so you can point for me.
Yeah.
Times 3. 3 being the whole number, 2/7 being the fraction.
But 3 doesn't look like a fraction like that.
You know, that's why anytime you do this, you want fractions to look like fractions. So if you look down here where it says step 1, we rewrote it. We made the fraction, and then we made the 3 look like a fraction because 3 over 1 means the same thing as 3.
So one of my
just
partners,
3 divided by 1.
One of my partners said, when you have a whole number, you just put a 1 under its butt. That's all you do.
Yep.
To take the whole number and make it a fraction, put a 1 under its butt. Now I personally like standing like a flamingo on one leg.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Still a flamingo.
Still a flamingo.
Okay, so here's step 2. Now just showing you how we do this.
We already know
Again, this is multiplication of fractions.
Yeah.
So all we're going to do is we're going to multiply the top by the top.
Numerators.
Oh, you guys love those vocabulary words. And the bottoms by the bottom.
Denominators.
I knew she was going to say it. And so 2 times 3
is 6.
7 times 1
is 7. And we know it's in lowest terms because these are number
neighbors. Yes, I love it. Now does bring up a good point though.
Yeah.
Because one of the reasons we sometimes struggle with fractions is because even though we get an answer, it's not always the final answer.
Yeah.
Because final answers have to be in lowest terms.
But this one is.
So let's go ahead and let's do a couple examples.
All right. Why don't you do the first one, Mr.
I
Mayor?
sure will. So, okay, so let's just pick like something nice and simple. I'm going to start out with something as easy as it can be. 1/2.
Wow.
And I'm going to multiply it by 4. So 1/2 times 4. So if you think about it, I'm just going to put this over 1.
Put a 1 under its
Put a
butt.
1 under its butt. And then it's just 1 times 4 is
4.
And 2 times 1 is
2. But that's improper.
That's improper.
Can't stop.
Ooh, that's okay. Didn't we do something about impropers earlier?
Yes. We changed it to a division problem and wanted to figure out how many 2's are in 4. So 2 goes into 4 twice. And wow.
And look, nothing left over.
So really, the answer is just
well, and if you think about this from the very beginning, this was 1/2 times 4.
Yeah.
Or another way we like to say this sometimes is to use the word of.
Yeah.
1/2 of 4. Multiplication and the word of mean the same thing when you talk about these kind of problems. So what's 1/2 of 4? It's 2.
All right.
That's why it was a nice, easy problem.
Let's clear that up and let me have
There you go.
one. I'm going to go a little bit different. I'm going to go 3/5 times 7. Now, I wrote my 7 to look like you would see it in a problem. See, I do that a lot too. On paper. So Mr. Lamb had kind of written his up here.
A little smaller.
Yeah. So sometimes you just have to take a second and go, let me make this look, oops, sorry, that's a times. Let me make this look like a fraction. And I have to rewrite it, and I put a 1 under its butt. All right, now I'm ready to multiply. 3 times 7 is 21. 5 times 1 is 5.
Oh, improper again.
So a lot of times we end up doing that with fractions. We got these little numbers, this little number here, but we're multiplying it by a whole number. So sometimes we do have these mixed number answers. So how many 5s are in 21, Mr. Lamb?
I think there are 4 of them.
4 times 5 is?
Matter of fact, you guys did this one as an example when you were converting.
Oh, really? Okay. All right, and we have 1 left over. So again, we do the whole number, 4.
Oh,
and
here
then
we go. Go
Go
ahead.
around, we have 1 out of 5 left over. And I
And
know,
remainders.
I know that's in lowest terms because 1 and done. 1 is a numerator, means I am done. I know I'm in lowest.
So there's two things I want to point out real quick. Can I borrow the pen?
Oh, yes.
Since we dropped the other one out.
Yes,
Or we'll
that
get
was
it
my
later.
bad.
Okay, so one of the things I want you to understand is anytime you multiply a fraction times a whole number, your answer is going to be less than what the whole number was because it's a part of it, a fraction of it.
Oh,
So again,
yeah.
3/5 of 7 means the answer has to be less than 7. So if you get an answer, if you do one of these and you do it and you end up with an answer that's bigger than 7, you should ask yourself, wait a minute, how can part of 7 be bigger than 7? Anyway, that's how you multiply fractions and whole numbers.
Next slide,
Oh, I guess
please.
we should show them the thing at the end.
Oops.
Oh, because we actually do have.
If you have, there's another video to watch if you need it. If not, get started on that practice.
Get started on that
Have a great
practice.
day.
We'll see you
Bye.
later. Bye.